Hey, Unpaid Lunch listeners, you can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and ad-free as a Prime member on Amazon Music. Find us on social medias and YouTube at Unpaid Lunch.
On your lunch today, we have Mike back in the house again, and hopefully this time half the episode does not get cut. We're going to discuss multiple different questions that I've been writing down for about 3 or 4 different weeks. From there, he's actually going to educate me on what Delta Force is. Time to clock out for lunch.
Welcome into Unpaid Lunch, and thanks for spending your break with us. That was Keisha laughing. We have Mike in studio today. With me, as always, is Rhino.
We've got quite the round table here today.
We do have quite the round table. Monroe's either on a side-by-side in the mountains or giving breathing treatments.
It sounds awful.
That's the only 2 things he
The
does.
breathing treatment part.
The mountain doesn't sound bad.
Say hi to the hustlers, Mike.
Hi, hustlers.
Hi, hustlers. Hi. So, back by popular demand, as much as you don't believe me.
I know you
people want
don't
to be-
believe that, but there's literally like 3 people that I work with that are like shields. This is your call out. Shields all the time at work. He's like, can you bring back the Army guy? He's like, can you bring back, what would you call him, Toe? I'm like, yeah, we're working on that.
We didn't even, if you listen back to that episode, though, we didn't even really talk about like that much like Army shit. Like we did, but
We did, but a lot of it got cut out.
That's a big.
There's an
that's a
archive
problem.
somewhere of an episode we can't
One
air until he's
day-
dead.
One day, like I think it's 25 years before it's declassified and all the shit can finally.
Oh, that's hot. Well,
So we can do.
that's good to
something
know.
like that.
Key,
We
will you
got
put a reminder down for
24
25
and a half
years?
years.
24 and a half years from today, we're going to release the,
That's something I was thinking about earlier. Like, this is 31, right?
we're
Well over halfway through a year of doing this every single week.
we've done it a ton every week. Haven't missed
It
any.
feels wild.
We get-
Hey,
I think we deserve that.
it's
We've not
amount of
killed each other or
follow-through.
been canceled yet. I feel like this is kind of a success.
Well, we're not popular enough to be canceled.
That's fair enough.
What are you gonna cancel us?
I can start a campaign.
You gonna start a campaign to get us canceled?
It'll help you get popular.
There's no bad publicity.
Which group are we going to appeal to? You got to be
I would
canceled by one side.
make
or the other.
podcasting great again.
You want to do that? Are we going to do red hats?
My kid asked for a Trump flag the other day
Did you?
Oh yeah,
in a Democratic household.
it's funny. It's just like who he hangs out with. Oh, he's probably been at
Yeah.
his friend's family's house.
Yeah.
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 Clay said something one day like, he said, well, that team lost because they kneeled for the national anthem. And I was like, nah, yo, they lost because they don't have a fucking quarterback.
Yeah, you got to be better at sports.
Yeah.
They suck. It's why they lost. There's no karma.
My kids have been fully indoctrinated by me just screaming about taxes and how government is corrupt and evil. And so when you ask them, like, what do you think of President Trump?
Taxation is
He's evil
theft.
and taxation is theft. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I can
awesome.
hear him saying that.
I could absolutely. Jude will run
Jude.
for office.
Yeah. Just robot his way through it.
I got so happy
No
to see him the other day.
Boy can talk.
'Cause I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I love Jude, but sometimes, like, me and him are like oil and water.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
He's-
I love the kid. He popped up at a football game like 2 weeks ago, right in front of Will, the wrestling coach. And he's like, so I got 3 questions, sir. And Will's like, yeah, fire away. He's like, when do we start? What days do we have in practice home? And can I practice with the high schoolers?
He's so
Wow.
funny, dude. He's so
like,
funny.
yes, yes, and yes. He said, a couple of those questions were not yes. I need to know dates. And I was like, shit. And Will just kind of nodded, and I was like, God, this kid's got a mustache and an attitude
Yeah,
now. I love
man,
it.
And he's been killing it on the football field. He's just laying
I'm
hits,
telling you,
man.
We looked
look,
good the other day.
I have to be his biggest supporter in the stands. Like I know that's probably not true, but like every time he makes a tackle, I stand up and I'm like, did you fucking see that tackle? Did y'all see that tackle? It was perfect. He made an open field tackle the other day. The guy weighed 100 more pounds than he
Oh,
did.
yeah. I
Yeah.
Wrapped
and
him
he's
up,
just
slid down his body,
fearless,
took him to the
man.
ground. It was beautiful.
Fearless. the wrestling coach got excited because Jude did a double leg takedown on a kid.
Yeah.
On the field, and then one kid was holding him and he was dragging him, and Jude did a single leg on him and rode him down, and was like, "Oh, I gotta stop."
And wrestling coach went, "Oh, well." It's like, yeah.
But I mean, he's everybody that's
Exactly how he sounds.
that is.
That's how he sounds.
I love him.
Oh, it's so
He does
good.
great with the kids.
Oh,
and
he's
it's
always
great
phenomenal.
teaching them, but
Yeah.
he is unintelligible.
Well, it's like last year. I have to clear my throat.
Oh, me too.
Getting over strep throat. I'm
we
sorry,
all got
everybody.
we all got the crud.
I beat you to it last week.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, Mike was supposed to be here last
everywhere.
week.
It's like a hotbed of this shit.
He was
right
on the
now.
toilet.
Asher last year was very docile. Like he was playing good football and like he was learning, getting techniques and things like that down. But there's not aggressive bone in his body.
Yeah.
And Carl Webb, I love Carl. Carl's like, you really need to think about putting your kid in wrestling. And I was like, I don't know if he'd like it. I didn't even really fully know that there was a youth wrestling program around here.
No.
And they're like, just come out for like an open gym, try out, bring him down here, see how he feels about it. And the kid got twisted after one practice. He's like, I love this.
It's
But he
unbelievable.
kept getting his ass kicked like over and over and over. And he was getting frustrated and wanted to give up on it. I'm like, you got to remember these kids have been doing this for 3 and 4 years now, dude. Give it time. Goes to his first meet, gets paired against a girl, and they literally just circle each other for 3 periods.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything. Like it went to like some type of, I still don't understand sanctioned wrestling rules and stuff.
Yeah,
It
I'm
takes
so
some
confused.
convincing to get those boys ready to wrestle a girl.
Yeah.
It
Luckily
did.
we
yeah.
do it in practice.
Well, that,
you know.
at the time we didn't have a whole lot.
Yeah.
Like there was no girls there when we first started out. Then your daughter popped up, and then a couple.
Rory's doing it this year.
Kendall and a couple. Heck yeah!
Gabby
They
a little
said Levy's going to come out this year too.
Well,
Levy back, so we're going to have a definitely a good following there. So his next match, I think that the first one, he's like, all right, I'm learning all this, and then they pair me with a girl. I'm afraid to hurt her.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Next match, the kid's just laying on him, smacking him in the face and everything, and he's just frustrated. And he's like, I don't know what to do. I said, you're going to have to take it into your own hands. Puts like a collar tie and grabs his kid by the back of the neck and throws him across the mat, and like Spider-Man leaps on top of him. I was like, and it begins.
yeah.
That
I
first
swear.
time you get mat rubbed, like they're rubbing your face
Yeah.
in the mat.
That's
Jude
the worst. Yeah.
freaked out so bad the first time. It was like, I was like, you can just not let them do it again, man.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
He got mad. And that's when he really kind of got twisted. I mean, he ended up finishing like 4th in the state for his weight
Yeah.
class and stuff. But he progressively got more and more aggressive as the year went along. Same with Gabby. Jude, like you unleashed the attitude check on him about 3/4 way through the
Dude.
season. We went to that Belfry tournament, and he went, 4 or 5-0?
After Heather
he
talked
didn't
to him.
lose. He medaled top 2 or 3
Yeah.
the rest of the season.
Yeah,
He was
after Heather
going
talked to him.
Yeah, Heather
Yeah.
got on him. He was going into state favored in his weight class, but got that infection and couldn't go.
Yeah, I forgot about the infection.
Yeah, he was. He was. I swear, I was
As
like,
good as that kid is
he
at
was-
wrestling, I swear to God, he'd own in judo.
Oh, he was.
oh yeah, he loves. He loves.
He
to
loves being on
win
his
from his
back.
back.
He does not. I've tried to teach him something. He cannot stand getting a limb pinned or.
Oh, yeah.
tweaked. Can't do it. So he'll probably never get into it. But he loves wrestling because he's bendy.
Yeah, that's why, like, when he's on his back, I watch him reach around back behind and pull someone around, like, fold him up like a pretzel. And I was like, you should have been dead. Like, the match
Yeah,
should
I
have
don't-
been over.
I get so scared. That's why I have to stay way back.
Yeah, he's funny because
Never
he
be a
can
mass
he can
parent.
flip his legs back around him and like put his
He's
back
like
under him.
Gumby.
He looks like one of those freaky girls in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That do that. I mean, he can twist his
walking
body
back
like that.
downward,
Samara.
walking backward down steps.
It's super creepy.
But like we were saying, like, long story short, back to that, it's like his wrestling not wrestling, his football coach asked him today. He said he's a different kid.
Yeah.
What happened? I said,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie and take any credit or say we've done this, and this. It's wrestling,
Yeah. Well, you know, all of Johnson Central wrestles.
and they're
Almost their whole
state
football team
champions
wrestles
a lot.
in both.
Yeah, both. And now look,
both sports.
Belfry's been doing it for years.
Yep.
Lawrence County's starting to show a strong youth program. They're always pretty decent at football. You got all these other areas around here. I'm like, so now we got this Pee Wee football thing going on. David, his youngins on the same team. You know, right now we probably got 60 kids in this, or 45 to 60 kids in this youth football league. 3 of them maybe actual wrestlers right now. I'm like, get these kids involved now.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, I wish my kid was as aggressive as Asher. Put him in wrestling.
Yeah.
You can only get beat. So Jude didn't win a match until we went to state his first year. That was the first
It was
time
like
we won a
Gabby.
match.
Gabby.
Gabby didn't pick up her first one until region, and I picked that girl and ran around the gym with her.
Oh, Regis
Yeah.
won that, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she started making kids cry, making boys cry,
Yeah.
grabbing the
got
back of
it,
their
man.
heads. The back of their
She's
head. They hate
got
that
it.
shit.
She's got a good trajectory wrestling wise.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a good segue because I actually have some questions that just kind of popped in my head because me and you have actually had conversations about it before. I'm like, you were in the military. I know hand-to-hand combat is something that you were trained in. But you're like, that's not a type of wrestling that I can teach children.
Yeah,
So I was like, yeah, I understand
Right.
it completely.
Yeah.
Trying to pin and trying to live is two different things.
Well, we do combatives is what it's called. And it's a mix of a bunch of different fighting styles. And the whole thing is to just hurt somebody really bad.
yeah.
And so I was teaching a couple of my daughter and one of her friends some self-defense stuff. And I'm like teaching them how to break the arm from you roll and trap
Yeah.
and teaching them diamonds and stuff. And they're like, well, I don't know that I'm ever going to use this.
I don't know if they're
You
going to
never
break
know.
anybody's
I was
arm.
just looking to like slap them or run away. I was like, okay, well, I don't
play that way.
know
help
how
you.
to help you.
So
Can't
this
help
is
you. Here's
gonna
a
be
right
Take them to
whistle.
the ground.
Yeah.
I was never the greatest at.
slapping
I've
around.
had too many concussions to stand there and get punched,
Yeah.
and so I'm just going to try to either hit you in the balls or get you on the ground and break something.
Yeah. You just got to learn to punch.
I'm a video
Learn
game
to
nerd.
punch.
Video game nerd at the end of the day. Favorite franchise of all time, Metal Gear Solid. You ever played the Metal
I
Gear
agree.
games?
Yeah, it's a good one. I don't know about that.
So, I mean, it's my personal. I just like the story. With the CQC that kind of came in Snake Eater and stuff. Is that the type of stuff that you guys kind of
Well,
learned?
I don't know.
Don't really remember that.
I don't remember. It's kind of a mix of wrestling, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and boxing.
Is it different through each branch of the military? Is
Yeah,
there
I
different
believe so,
versions of
yeah.
like
the
hand
Marines
hand?
have their own. I don't think the Navy and Air Force.
Yeah, that's fair.
He said, I don't think the Navy learned
And the
hand-to-hand.
shade starts.
I mean, they're mostly into coding, and I don't fucking know what they do.
Giving you rides.
Yeah, that is their primary job. I like their pilots. They're all really cool.
Great
Solid.
taxi service.
Blow stuff up.
Solid taxi service. Their pilots do blow shit up.
They
That
blow
is true.
stuff up. I met a Delta Force operator in Iraq, and he said his primary weapon was a laser pointer.
That's hot.
Blow up buildings. And
Oh my god.
all of us, I was just like a specialist, and we were all big army turds, and we were like, hoo, hoo,
Yeah.
I can only
seems fucking
imagine though,
nice.
like that kind of power. It's like, all right, I'm going to point this, and now it's going to crumble.
There's nothing.
There has to be
cooler
like a
than calling
godlike
artillery, though.
freaking, issue that you go
What's-
through with that. Just
The whole like drone thing though, right? Because that's like
Yeah,
whether
that's a
that's
new thing, yeah.
yeah, because it's like whether it's ethical or not. I mean, I was like, this, I was like, it's there's nothing ethical about the whole situation
Hey,
anyway.
We're not carpet bombing anywhere. Be
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah, right. It could be a
You've
lot
seen
worse.
Vietnam, right?
Yeah, there's no napalm.
We're doing much better.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
you've got literally equipment that
not
can.
much. I mean, we're doing better.
I mean, there's a difference between carpet
Well,
bombing and these
wait.
freaking drones launching a missile
better
off the
how, I'm
camel's
talking
ass.
like we're really good at killing people. Wait, better
Yeah.
how are you talking about?
Well, that's what I mean.
Okay, we're really good at it now. Like we can put a bomb in a living room.
That really makes me feel safe.
I feel very
Don't
safe.
worry, nobody wants to bomb us.
Nobody wants to bomb Nick Roberts.
Nobody really
We're
wants
good.
to. America in general is not the one you want to poke.
Yeah, and
We didn't do well in Iraq and Afghanistan because it was like, it's not a real war. Don't blow everybody up. Like you start like Russia get fucky.
what? Hold on.
We would fuck everything.
It's
up.
not a real war. Don't blow anything up.
It was more like a police action.
Yeah. Okay.
They're in a holding pattern. They're like, we want you to show that we're here pretty much not to be fucked with, but don't go fuck shit
Well, it
up.
was like, don't kill them until they're directly shooting it. And you were like,
That seems like the bad time to
I can
shoot.
see them.
See, that's
after
the
I'm
thing
being
that always
shot at.
freaked me out. Like you watch Black Hawk Down, and it's like, rules of engagement: do not fire until fired upon. That just feels like bad juju.
Isn't it?
Well, they
I
made
get it,
ours
I
like
understand.
it was subjective too. It's like, do you feel threatened by this person? If so, you can shoot them. So, and so we were basically doing
Well,
the
I've
they're
seen-
coming straight for me defense from South Park. You know,
That's what I was getting ready to say. Actually, you know what? I'm threatened by everybody.
yeah, I don't
You looked
like
at me,
people,
Cross.
and
Threat.
It's that's the way it is, you know. I mean,
Look at that
they didn't have
uniform.
to. They weren't like, oh, we can't blow them up. They didn't look at me, you know. So I feel like
People don't have to look at you for you to be threatened by them. I don't think.
I mean, you can't shoot me if you don't look at me, I guess.
Is that true?
Well, I guess they did. They did the.
I was going to say, there's
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
people
not
don't know how to use guns.
So I played a lot
I
of
don't-
Gears of War.
I feel like-
you can blind cover fire.
I feel like they were looking at me when they got me. You know, I don't want to believe that I got hit by a spray and pray.
Some of our reference for military is just straight video games and movies. Straight video games and movies.
I had a
No-
kid last night ask me if flashbangs on Call of Duty were accurate.
said, no, your vision recovers.
yeah. I said, did you want to vomit?
Yeah, right. That makes you actually throw up.
Yeah.
What game was that? That it was like Battlefield does really good. I guess
I love Battlefield.
Battlefield like brags about them being really like accurate.
There's
on
bullet drop and everything. That's
Yeah,
that's
and, like,
the game I play.
and grenades like kill you from much further away than
they'll-
3 foot.
They went a long way to get ballistics and explosion. Like it's a
Yeah,
5
that's-
meter radius.
Yeah, that's where I was at with
Which
it.
is
Yeah,
the actual radius of a hand grenade is the kill.
yeah, and it's like if you're near a tank when it fires, you're like fucking whole head. Like your screen.
You
you
get
can-
the
Yeah.
shake.
I always feel like so. There we go. Accurate representation.
It's Battlefield is if you want like the World War I Battlefield is probably my favorite war game of all time.
We should all just play Battlefield and stream it
I love Battlefield.
for content.
Not 2042.
Yeah,
Not that shit.
That one got horrible reviews.
3.
right?
Give
Battlefield
me a
3.
Korean War game. No more World War II. No Vietnam. You can't make it. That's a little sensitive.
Can't lose in a game, Mike.
Yeah, it's true. Like in order to be the good guy or the winners, you got to play.
Yeah,
the
pick a
VC.
side, you lose.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You win, but did you? So
Depends on who you
Korean
ask.
War, man. Like it's kind of a push when we got out of it, but at least there's a cool. Like you get World War II stuff plus jets.
It's touchy, right? The
I don't
Korean
give a
War.
fuck about the Koreans.
Yeah. Well, I know, but I just mean
What are they gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. You probably know more than I would.
I took a mental note about the military the other day because I was waiting on this. Us
Yeah.
to actually have this again. And this is going to sound incredibly uneducated. I just don't know. You ever seen Hacksaw Ridge?
I've not watched it. No.
Okay, so it's about a
Well, Spider-Man.
Oh, I know Desmond Doss. I know
So
Doss.
what they call it? I can't ever say this word. Conscientious objector.
Yeah, conscientious.
Is that still a thing today?
I have no idea. I would
Wasn't
not
sure if
have-
that
Seems
was
like they
still a
might
thing
not
with the
quit.
I think
military
that's
today.
more of a draft era thing.
That's what I was
because
thinking.
A conscientious, like
Why would you go to the military?
You're not going to walk into a recruiter's office and be like, "I don't approve of what you do. Sign me up."
Yeah, I always felt like it was a draft thing, but I wasn't sure if
I
like
think
still.
it's-
this
Are you
day some
sure
people are
hecklers
like-
do that at comedy shows?
They do.
I don't agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, but you can't get shot for being a douchebag in the.
Well, in my mind, I guess
You've
like
said
that
the
kind of.
complete opposite to me. You can't get shot for being a douchebag.
Okay, yeah, but I'm an unpleasant person.
I don't think that's true.
My brain went, I guess, at a different scope away from like the draft, kind of thing that you said a moment ago. Is like, is there a way for someone that wants to serve and basically treat it like a career, but not actually be like combat ready? Is there a way
Oh,
for them to go
God.
and say, I want to do this, this, and this, and this, but I don't want to shoot anybody like ever?
But the bulk of the United States military, outside of, I'm going to say like 12% of the entire U.S. military is non-direct combat.
That's what I
Right.
was thinking.
I think that our numbers for the global war on terror is something like 1% to 3% of the veterans actually saw combat.
Really?
People you don't count getting mortared on these bases are the size of the cities. You've got 20, 30,000 people living on them or more. And a mortar lands somewhere on this city and they go, "Oh my God, we were in combat." But were you,
Not really.
So the bulk of people never,
I guess I didn't know that.
It makes sense.
the vast majority of people that go to combat,
Mm-hmm.
quotation marks, don't actually see any combat.
So when you quote combat as rifle in hand,
Direct contact with the enemy.
Ever had a working end of a rifle pointed at you?
Yeah. Has somebody tried to kill you?
Yeah.
Not someone. Like somebody trying to kill somebody.
Specifically,
versus
with someone's
somebody
goal
trying
to kill you.
Yeah.
no, it makes sense.
I think that's the big distinguisher for me. And like, I know for a lot of veterans from my line of work, you know, you come home and everybody was a war hero. But there's a Bill Burr joke. He's talking about that. And he's like, sure, the pilots that go and drop bombs are heroes, but is the guy that points them in the direction
Right.
a hero? And like, heroes are in the ground.
Yeah.
Heroes didn't put fuel in somebody's in trucks or fix a helicopter's tire. You know what I mean? So there's a huge difference.
There's a whole Pauly Shore movie about it.
There is a person I know who joined the Army and was that MOS, the water purification
Oh,
specialist.
yes?
And when we came, I was in the same unit as him on a deployment. And when we came home, he was Johnny fucking Rambo.
Oh, no
He had
doubt.
all the war stories, told people that he was hanging off the bottom of a helicopter, shooting machine guns, just nonsense.
Nobody actually does that.
No. There's not a job where they're like, hey, we're going to dangle you with 2 machine guns from this perfectly good helicopter with 2 machine guns on it. There's no need for it.
No.
Are you sure? Because Arnold Schwarzenegger does it a lot.
More guns,
I was literally thinking of Schwarzenegger when you said that, but
the more guns you can get, the better. But I feel like that's an unnecessary risk.
Especially because there's probably a gun on the helicopter.
There's 2.
Yes, you probably
Minimum.
You don't need to hang out the bottom of it and shoot.
There's 2 to 3 on every helicopter you're going to fly on. So
That are very powerful.
well, they're at least a 7.62 or 50 cal. The Marines use
That whole power is
Cobras
impressive
and
to me.
Hueys. Or back in the early war, the early global war on like Iraq, the Marines would use the Cobras, which has that super fast minigun on it, and they would fly with Hueys. And the Hueys had a minigun on one side and a 50 cal on the other, and it would look like they were just pouring lava on people when we would get in firefights at night. And those birds would come in.
because of the heat coming off of it.
There's just streams of bullets.
Yeah, like the
from a
videos look
minigun.
fake.
It
Right,
look-
the videos
yeah,
look fake.
Yeah, it looks like they're pouring lava on.
Have you ever seen
It's
that?
beautiful.
They look
Go
fake,
check it out
man. It's
later.
literally like just it's
like
really cool
a
watching
laser.
everybody
It
die.
looks like a laser.
Yeah.
Speaking of lasers, like one of the coolest things I've ever seen is
Then we talk about American Gladiators.
no,
Yes, laser was the best.
laser
one.
was
Speaking of-
amazing.
speaking
but
of
laser
laser.
and turbo were my guys. I don't know what it's called, but like you'll see videos kind of like you were talking about a while ago, like a mortar gets dropped in the city. All of a sudden, someone's like launching missiles or whatever it is, and all of a sudden, I don't know what it's like an anti-missile thing. It goes, and it's just like a laser
What's
goes
it
up the
do?
sky.
Can we get that sound?
That's what it kind of sounds like.
Like the Iron Dome thing.
Yeah, what are those things?
I don't know what the gun is called, but it's a minigun.
Yeah,
And it operates off radar and it shoots down mortars.
those things are
and
freaking
rockets and
amazing to watch.
when we would go to the big places like where the airfields are when we were moving in and out of the country, you can hear those guns go off and it's just you know and then you hear a little poof,
I like it.
Oh, I love
and the
it.
first time you hear it, you're like what is going on?
It's just protecting us.
It's you just heard a fart and a poof
It's all like automated
and
shit.
everyone's
too.
like yeah, there's not a dude sitting there with the joystick shooting down
Yeah, it's
mortars. That'd
fucking. Zoop.
be, like you've been
Let's talk about the real war that matters, the war on drugs.
that is the one that's
It's the real one that we lost.
The real one.
No, wait. Congratulations, war, on winning
yeah
the war on drugs.
Look, America's been losing wars a lot over the last 50, 60 years, so why not just another?
Yeah, I mean, I read that it was talking about like the reason the quality of THC in America is so good is because the war on drugs, because we stopped getting it from Mexico
Oh, because we started getting more
and
into
we just grow it better here.
that's how we got the best booze was prohibition.
Oh my god! No, so this nerve pain. I'm sorry, I did not mean to scream out loud.
No, you're okay. We all thought you did.
But
I
like
thought you
the
did.
sciatic nerve going down my freaking hip now. Like every time I cough through this sickness, it feels like my hamstrings tearing.
Yeah, it's not like a shotgun went off and you died from it.
It's the worst feeling in the world, and it also kind of reverberates like up into my tailbone. I had two
You're in
questions.
so much pain in your life.
I'm always in pain, man. Like I feel like I'm
Life
losing
is pain.
mobility and everything.
Mike, just you're
like,
not
you
in
don't know what
pain.
pain is.
Don't be a bitch.
How easily can you go through a metal detector?
Listen, I'm not comparing myself to you, Mr. Morally Flexible over here. I'm just saying I hurt.
Morally flexible.
I've been thinking of like weird random questions. So I apologize if these seem stupid. It's just stuff I want to hear him talk about.
Fire.
I don't know why you're looking at me like I'm going to judge
I just
him.
want to make sure you ain't put me
Like
in
I
timeout
don't, like
here.
I've never gaslighted
Now
in
this
my
is a
life.
dangerous game because I'm like the reason they don't do the question and answer thing at the middle school anymore is because they did a Veterans Day
Hey,
program.
we're not at a middle school.
Well, I know, but they asked me something about like, have you ever ridden in a tank? And I was like, no, tankers are a bunch of.
God. All right, yeah, I'm gonna censor that.
So let's go ahead and write down 31. So I don't know how much like film and stuff you watch like nowadays, but like, is there like one war movie where you're like, they got it right? Like every part of this just feels authentic to the point. Like
Oppenheimer.
Not seen it yet.
I've not seen it yet either.
Barbie really nailed it. No, I think they really.
The reason I
captured it.
ask, and I think we may even brought this up on the previous episode, I'm not sure, but I had an ex years and years and years ago. They said like, I mean, he has real bad PTSD and things like that.
Wait, time out.
Hold on, what?
What?
You had an ex,
And he was.
and
No,
he.
my ex's father. Yeah, I probably should have led with that. My bad.
I felt
I
like
was
we
like,
just
man,
had
I
a
learned
moment
something.
on the
Like,
podcast.
I was like, what?
We
happened?
need the soft
I
music.
literally got way too far
wish-
ahead of myself
hug.
in my brain.
I wish people could see me and Mike lock eyes. Like, what is saying? He's like,
They're handing me more alcohol to try to get me back on track.
Hey,
My
speaking of which,
ex's
Can I get a little
father.
bit?
There we go. I think it was Black Hawk Down. Said when he watched Black Hawk Down, like they said he pretty much went in the basement and locked himself up
Yeah,
for like 4 days. Like
it-
would
it's
not come
really
out.
good.
Like
Owen
it really
Wilson?
bothered him. No, Black Hawk Down is
that's
Josh
behind enemy
Hartnett.
lines, man.
okay, all right.
Yeah,
'cause I
that's
can't-
not even a good
Another
movie. in
great
my
Gene
opinion.
Hackman.
I can't take
Yeah.
that serious. I
I think
can't.
this is the second time I've been on the podcast and that movie. And Gene Hackman.
I think we've. What's funny is
I like Gene Hackman a
Dusty
lot.
just likes Owen Wilson.
Who doesn't?
I can't picture him. I recently watched Meet the Fockers or Meet the Parents, and he's hilarious in Meet the Parents.
You just now seen it?
No, I just watched it again.
Like shit, man.
Yeah, you can have whatever you can have whatever you like. that's where we're at.
I don't even have a witty comeback.
This podcast is a mess, honestly.
Yeah, it sounds like I publicly outed myself a moment ago.
Yeah, you did really. I felt like we should hug.
Yeah, well,
Or kiss.
I'm afraid you'll call me the word that you called the tankers a minute ago.
I was just saying, I did it. It came naturally. I am a millennial, I guess.
Did they
so-
like look at you like what
Oh, the
happened?
teachers were terrified. And one kid asked me if I killed people. I was like,
A couple times,
yeah,
a little bit, yeah.
that was my job.
You don't ask that stuff in a middle school setting.
Middle school Q&A, they should not get middle school Q&A, especially because
No.
like those kids play a lot of Call of Duty.
Yes, they do.
And they have questions.
And they ask the dumbest
Yeah.
questions. that
You
just
still
don't
ain't hit me with a
Do
movie.
you get
though.
revives?
Oh,
He still not
movie.
gave me a movie. He's gonna
Black
give me
Hawk
a
Down's
movie.
really good. Lone Survivor.
I'm not cutting that dead
Really?
silence. It was awesome.
And I mean, there's not a lot.
See, I've not seen Lone Survivor yet.
Lone Survivor is great. It's one of the few I've watched. I watched
I'm gonna
American
watch that.
Sniper, but I don't remember enough of it to say whether it was
It's
good or
bullshit.
not.
I've heard.
I will say this: American Sniper had the terrain, like when they were in the cities in Iraq. They had the
Like the
terrain
setting
pretty-
and stuff is
yeah,
pretty
like,
spot on.
like they had the visuals very good.
Do you feel like if they were really accurate, they'd probably just be boring?
Yes,
Right. That's because
War
it's not
is
like
extremely boring.
yeah, it's not like those just like war movies like they're in action all the time. I was like, it's a lot more like Lord of the Rings. They're just
Yeah,
walking a
yeah,
lot.
It was a lot of walking.
Lot of walking.
eating just bread.
Yeah, just hanging out with a bunch of dudes who stink, farting and shit like all the
It's
time.
awful,
It's
and-
really like being in a fraternity, but there's no class.
There's none.
God, that's the best way I've ever heard
Like-
that chalked up.
There's neither class to attend nor class in the people.
That's what I mean with
Yeah,
that. Yes.
it's bad. We are you have Columbia graduates and high school dropouts,
Yeah.
and no matter how sophisticated and well educated you are, you end up coming down
Yeah.
you end up at about 17. No matter how old you are,
No matter what.
how young you are, you're somewhere between 17 and 18 for
Or you're just gonna
however
get,
long.
or you're just gonna get fucking destroyed. Like, can't hang.
Yeah, you can't.
Like if you can't hang, then you just can't hang. You're not gonna make it.
You're not gonna make it. You get out in 4 years. Like back in the day, you could tell who was gonna make it by who smoked cigarettes right after the PT test run. Like you run 2 miles and then you light,
And then you
cigarette,
immediately light it up. You're a
and
real
you'd be
man.
like, that dude's gonna have a platoon.
That'll be
or
fun.
A company someday. You know.
Nice. So, second question. So, I know, like, with our American military, you have, like, the SEALs, Rangers, things like. What's the baddest of the bad, in your opinion?
Delta.
Delta?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Without
Those
a doubt,
dudes are
Delta.
bad.
Like Chuck Norris.
Yeah. No, Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
Oh, no, that was Navy SEAls. Wait, which one was Delta Force? Charlie, you were right. Chuck
I
Norris.
think it's Chuck Norris.
Charlie
Yeah.
Sheen
Norris.
was Navy SEAls.
Yeah.
Those guys are.
Oh, I was thinking Charlie Sheen was in Hot Shots.
He was.
That's what I was thinking. Charlie Sheen in Hot Shots.
Part two.
Part two.
Which
my
one
favorite.
was the one that had the Martin Sheen cameo where he was doing the Apocalypse Now thing? So
God, I love Apocalypse Now.
Charlie Sheen is coming down the river, writing in his diary, and his dad is
It's the
coming down
second one because
river.
he's Rambo in the second one.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And so they're both doing the read their letter overlap.
Yeah.
And they meet. It's a wonderful moment. That's the most realistic.
Delta
moment.
is Army, right?
Yeah, that's
I'm
well, it's not
incredibly
necessarily
uneducated.
Army. It's
Just a special, pretty much like task
you can
force.
try out for it. Then SEAL Team 6 is obviously bad as fuck. And then
SEAL Team
Yeah.
6.
so, yeah, that's more accurate. They got beautiful hair, man. They really take care of
It's the
themselves.
really
They do.
one of the things you have to be pretty.
One of the finest mustaches I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Was on a Navy
So
SEAL
what's the
from
difference
SEAL Team
between Delta and like SEAL Team 6? So SEAL Team 6 does more stuff that's, I don't know. Like I'm wanting to equate it to
Things
like,
got blurry with the war on terror, and
Okay.
everybody started having the same kind of missions. And so
back in the day, like
Kill
SEAL
terrorists.
Team
Yeah.
basically done like water to land assault and things like
they
that.
used to have it. Well, and they still have individual missions within their programs now, especially.
but it's still just as boring as.
No, their job's less boring because they don't really have to go out and do bullshit. Like if they go do something, they're doing something.
They're going out to do
Like they get to have
something.
fun. Yeah.
I
The
love
Green
how he says
Berets.
they get to go have fun.
Well, I mean that's what it is.
They completed
I mean,
If you're a pitcher and you train your whole life to pitch, and you get a chance to go play in the pros,
that's what you want,
right? Like that's
Yeah,
the
I
moment.
mean, breaking it down that way makes
The minute you get like you train and train to go to war, and when they're finally like, "Hey, go,"
yeah.
that's fucking
yeah.
awesome.
And you can't say you didn't have fun.
Oh, I had so much
You'd
fun.
be lying.
Yeah, like
It's much more fun than like what you do day to day now.
yeah. Oh God, yes. But like my wife and I were actually talking within the last week about PTSD, and it's just crazy it comes up. But I said the PTSD from the war is hard, but I have more happy, fun memories than I have bad memories.
Yeah.
It's just the bad memories are such big moments.
Yeah.
They do kind of cast a shadow over everything. But the bulk of the times I'm remembering my war experiences, it's when we played Candyland out on this OP. We had this.
Was this just a copy of Candyland you found there?
No, we had one. I mean, somebody sent it to us.
What a game to send you.
We probably requested it. We were weird. This was the platoon that
I can see it.
Yeah,
we were the Lost
absolutely
Boys.
makes sense.
Tinkerbell was our logo. Like all the dudes in the platoon had these really girly.
When you kill people for a living, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's and I actually say that people are like, "You're a little why do you paint your fingernails?" I'm like, "Well, I've killed enough people to do whatever the fuck I want." I think
Yeah.
at this point in my life.
Kneeling for the flag shit. That was me.
I've literally
Earned-
said
earned
that
it.
for him before.
You want to do it?
I've
Do
said
it.
that before you before. Like someone said, "Why does this motherfucker always wear yellow Crocs?" I'm like, you go ask him.
Do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah.
Because I'm not dead.
Yeah, right.
I started wearing Crocs my first deployment, yellow Crocs, because they said, "Get some shower shoes that are subdued." I might have already told this story. I don't know.
I still
And I
like
was
hearing
like-
it.
Doesn't matter.
And I was like, "Fuck it, let's get some yellow ones." And I asked Heather to send them to me, and I've been leaving because I'm not dead.
Yeah,
And I've been in
it's become a symbol now. More or less.
I've been in situations where I should have got dead in these shoes.
Yeah.
And I'm not, so I figure why fuck with it. I still, if I wear boots, I wear my socks inside out, and I'll only use yellow liners.
Why do you wear your socks inside out?
Yeah, because one day I almost got dead and I had my socks inside out, and I've worn them. Anytime I wear boots, I wear them inside out now.
That's a good reason.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, man. Like, imagine you get on a good hitting streak.
Yeah.
So at the football game the other day, you were wearing like your clothes because it was 8th grade now. So you're like wearing like clothes.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Yeah,
And I was
I
like,
saw him that night. And it freaked me
I
out.
was like, "It's Toe." It was like he's in pants,
Yeah, people get freaked out by it.
pants and shoes, and you were so uncomfortable. You were like fucking shaking
Yeah, I
your
can't
legs. Like,
stand
what
it,
is
man.
going on with these pants?
I can't stand it.
So the inverse, right? We said basically you said Delta or SEAL Team 6. Outside of the U.S., what do you consider the baddest of the bad?
My favorite people are the Special Boat Service from the UK. And
Special boat service.
Yeah, they're like the
Navy.
water SAS.
Okay.
That's
Those
so much
dudes-
cooler name
those
than
dudes
Navy.
are cool.
Special boat service.
It is. Well, I mean, it's their SEALs basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Aussie SAS are cool.
I've
Yeah.
heard the Aussies are wild. One
Yeah,
that I
they
always
are
have that pops up,
wild.
like when I've watched videos and stuff. The Mossad was the Israeli Mossad.
Yeah.
Usually comes up quite a bit. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but the
I don't know
Aussies
about it
always
either.
come up.
What I know
Aussies
about
are
it
cool.
comes from Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
Because that's all the classes are just like, because Rainbow Six is supposed to be like the Olympics of
All of
military
my
fighting.
knowledge of
Get
Australia
fucked.
and New Zealand is
Slammed.
Bluey and Flight of the Conchords. That's all I.
Bluey. You
and actually-
you watch a lot of
A
Bluey.
lot of Bluey.
This guy watched a lot
Bluey's
of Bluey.
fantastic.
Oh,
Oh,
Aussies.
you guys, I don't
So-
have a kid young enough to watch Bluey.
Oh man, you should watch.
You
it
guys
anyway.
have. You
It's
guys
really
watch
good.
fucking.
So did y'all hear about the hitting stuff in Bluey? I never knew this was a thing.
What?
So in every single episode of Bluey, there's a hidden wiener dog inside the episode, and it's not just like a living, moving around one. Like it will be like stitched into the couch, or like stitched in, or it'd be like a pattern on a cabinet door. But in every single episode, there's a hidden
Why?
wiener dog.
Is this
I
like
just
an
feel like doing
old
it.
school Disney wiener dog?
No,
Is there
probably
penis
just-
hidden?
It's an
I think the
actual
show's
dachshund.
wholesome. Yeah.
Oh, I love the show. It's the best.
It's an actual dachshund, but it's hidden in
that
every
word
single
he's saying?
episode.
Dachshund.
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 That's it.
But it's legitimately hit. Like we watched a couple episodes because my cousins, her and her husband, told us about it. I was like, "Oh bullshit!" And they're like, "No, seriously, watch this."
Why
Yeah, I
would
don't-
you watch
we
it
sat
when
down
you
and
can
watched
just go
that
on the
whole
internet
episode.
and look for the screenshots?
That takes the fun out of it.
That's
Yeah,
It's Cheat CC. That website. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Cheat CC.
Game Genie.
Damn, man. Internet was wild.
I have to tell this Aussie story.
Tell it.
Love it.
I got
Love that we triggered it.
I got rocked and was at with the hospitals or cash or whatever the hospital, and I think it was in Afghanistan, but I don't know for sure. And I'm in there in my bed and I'm asleep, and I get woken up by like loud people being happy. And I'm like, this is not the time nor the place.
Get out of here. Don't be happy here.
And I look over and it's a bunch of Aussies, and they've got the not like little bottles of beer, but like the big tall bottles of beer, and they're all just passing around with this dude who's like,
Take one down, pass it around, probably.
I don't want to exaggerate, but like when you picture a person all banged up, like wrapped in all the bandages and shit, just like his whole right side and his head and everything up here was wrapped up, and he's sitting there just chugging the beers, and I'm shocked. And they turn around and it's like a major and a lieutenant colonel. These are super high ranking, nice officers, and a private and a corporal. So like this is the full gambit of ranks, just sitting there tossing back tons of beer. And I've never hated being an American more in my
Fair enough. I think I can see
because
that.
the person that came from my unit to visit me was like, "Hey, are you okay? Here's some scrubs." And they gave me some scrubs to wear and a Jimmy. Well, I don't know what they are. We called them Jimmy Dean's meals.
Do
that came
people
with the
wage war on
beans.
Australia?
No, Australia just does whatever us in Britain do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, World War II was not great for them.
well,
I
sure,
assume,
but
I mean, Australia never personally took it, did it?
I don't.
It's a long way there from anywhere.
Yeah, from anywhere, right? That's the thing. It's because a lot of people say it doesn't exist.
I have no desire to go there.
Middle Earth is down there.
Well, there's that.
There's kangaroos, bro. I'm scared of kangaroos.
They are jacked as fuck, man.
I'm
Well,
scared
they're
of kangaroos.
jacked, but like I don't do snakes and I don't do spiders. And like,
You can't go there.
that's what I'm literally saying. Like the top percentage of everything in those two species that can kill you are in Australia.
I don't mind snakes and spiders, but kangaroos are different than anything else.
Well, they'll come up into your house and fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're different than anything else. Like snakes and spiders look like snakes and spiders, but kangaroos don't look like fucking anything. They look like
They look like people dogs that can fuck you up.
you know, the pro wrestling drop kick was created because the dude who created it, I wish I could think of his name, it'd be a cool flex, but I can't. The guy who created it called it the kangaroo kick, and it was the first drop kick because he visited Australia and came back.
Was
with
it
a new
a
move.
forward?
It was a forward
front
kick. Yeah, that was
kick?
the front one.
Not the
MJF does
sideways
it.
flying kick.
MJF does it. The kangaroo kick.
Yeah.
That was the first ever like real drop kick, and then they done
Well,
the missile.
I'm literally over here like talking about how I hate spiders and I hate snakes, and the key writes down also goats that chase you.
Not a big fan.
Oh, you wasn't here for that one, I don't think, was he? No, he wasn't here for that
think so.
episode.
Right
I'm not
my
reliving
house,
this
my
again.
goats would love you, man.
I had
They're
a
gonna
goat
chase you,
chase
get
me.
headed.
I had a goat chase me about a half a mile out of Tom Biggs. He got pissed and started making like fucking velociraptor
He's not gonna come fuck with your
sounds.
goats, man.
No, I would not come within 6 inches of your goats. More or less 60
inches?
feet. 60 feet. I've
6
drank a
inches
little
is
bit.
really close.
I've drank a little bit. I'm sorry.
It's
My math
it's
is
a
off
small-
right now.
It's larger than you think it is. 6 inches.
He's using dude inches.
Yeah, he's using dude
Yeah,
inches. Yeah,
dude
6
inches.
inches is like
15.
yeah.
But this goat like chased me down.
Actually,
right?
3, I guess.
Koopy was pulled up a big 2x4. He's like, "What is it? A Rottweiler?" Because I came running out of almost off of Dunham.
Fucking goat.
Koopy was ready to fuck up this Rottweiler until he saw it was a goat, and then runs up on the porch and locks me off the porch. I had to leap the porch, and after running a half mile, literally laid there on the porch and shit myself. My grandmother, because I had like no control. I ain't ran that hard in my life. Laying there just numb. My grandmother walks outside and she's like, "What's that smell?" I was like, "I
Me.
pooped."
It's me.
It was so bad.
That's how
Can't
goat
believe
cheese is
that
made.
goat scared the shit out of you.
It chased me, but I was also like 13.
I've been chased by a cow that way.
That was older than I thought you were going to be.
13?
Yeah.
That I would have changed that story.
Like the fucking sumo wrestling.
I would have changed that. I would have changed that story to like you've been 6.
Yeah, like
No, I
you
was
guys
13.
just keep shocking me with
13 was older. That's
Yeah.
a lot older
Yeah.
than I thought.
Yeah, you're right. It's
I feel like
pretty bad.
when was your first kiss? 23.
What is that? Or is that bad?
Nah, man, that's fine. Saving yourself.
I was married for a year at 23.
Oh, God.
I hope I kissed.
It's brought things that I can't say on the air. I think we need to go to a break. I need to hash this out real quick.
I want more questions.
You'll get them after the break.
I guess that's
So you're unmuting, so we can't talk about dicks and body hair anymore.
Oh,
I
my
have all of the things that you mentioned.
I only have one of the things you mentioned.
Only one of them in abundance.
I have no body hair.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I'm like just on top of my head, and that's it. Like
Did you get the
of beard.
penis?
Are
If you
you-
didn't get the body hair, did you get the penis?
Are you asking me? I don't know. I don't
like,
necessarily
do you have
understand
an
that question.
excessive amount of penis?
No.
We were talking about whether or not Mike said he had both. You said you had one of them. so
No,
we're
I
just trying
don't
to
have an
clarify.
excessive amount of either of them. I
So
have
you
a
didn't
very
get a good deal
little.
at
I have a very little amount of either of them.
That's not fair.
No, it seems bad.
Fucking Greek tragedy.
That's okay because I can make you laugh.
It's true. It goes a long way.
You have to learn that at an early age.
Yeah. What can I do
I had
to
a
get
big
through life?
head.
I think
not
every
pretty.
single one of us have are compensating for some shit in our
Oh, yeah.
youth. That's
Yeah.
the reason we're sitting here telling jokes to the strangers.
That's what we're talking to people we'll probably never meet.
Yeah.
Or at least we think we are. People actually don't listen to this.
Oh yeah. It's funny. I think
It's
about
just us
our.
talking to
This
each other.
is just a therapy session
What's
for us.
super funny is I think about our stats all the time. Like I think about like our downloads, and then I'm like, oh yeah, we got people listening to the show, and then I think maybe it might just be like all my devices and all Ryan's devices, and it's like and nobody actually
I've
hears
got
the
auto
show.
downloads, you know.
Yeah, everybody's got auto downloads for 5 devices in their
Yeah.
home, so then it's like, oh, maybe nobody listens to the show.
To be fair,
is
mine's
really
only
just a
one
bunch of-
device.
This is just shower conversations. That
Pretty much,
You
yeah.
get to have at other people.
Funny story. My new job that I start Monday has a paid lunch.
Well,
What?
Is that like, I don't know if I have to quit or like I have to quit the show.
I think that you should do a short 5-minute podcast clip every day titled Paid Lunch, where you're fucking off during lunch and getting paid
probably
for it.
should. We're like, I go order food and then I just throw it on the ground. This is my
is for
5 minutes.
you, yeah.
This has been Paid Lunch with Heavy D. And it goes off.
Do a food review where
This
you don't
seems
eat it.
very expensive. Yeah, I'd
this is a
review
bad
how the
idea.
food looks. The brown gravy
Presentation.
looks like it might be good if you ate it. And then just throw it away.
Just go over and get those wine.
I mean, you're kind of
slushies
already
every
doing
day
that
you
right
can.
now. How many times have you seen him literally take a picture of what looks like a crunch box from Robo's?
Yo, phone
And
eats
blast
first.
it like it. No, he already
Phone
does
eats
that as
Best
is.
chicken
Phone
in
eats first.
Kentucky.
You bitch chicken.
Phone eats-
That's
bitch.
ridiculous.
Phone eats first. Hey, fuck you all.
You
Robo's
are-
is the best.
It's really good. It is.
It's really good.
That damn hot dog chili.
It's no Joe Pass.
Oh my god.
Man, I'm hungry. I'll get some Robo's tomorrow.
Wasn't Pal's hot dogs.
What's that barbecue place beside it or near it?
Crooked Road.
Shout
Do
out
they
Crooked
serve
Road
the
Barbecue.
booze?
Do they what?
Do they
No,
serve the
no, but
booze?
there's a sheriff's shop next to it.
What's that mean? Oh, marijuana's.
Yep.
Well, I might. I can't.
5155.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh
No, it's good.
no, weed. I can't.
I can't. I don't have
And they
anything
get
else.
a 5208.
I don't have anything else. It's fine.
Oh god. No, Crooked Road's good.
I need date ideas. I'm not
Date
creative.
ideas?
Oh, hibachi. Picking.
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
I want to go to Virginia.
So-
Is that Virginia?
No, it's Pikeville.
No, I don't want to go to Pikeville.
Why don't you want to go to Pikeville?
It's the wrong way.
That hurt
I mean,
my head.
it's not hazard.
It's just I don't feel comfortable turning left.
Go over Dunham. I don't know.
I still have to turn left.
No, go
But
through
if you,
Elkhorn
co-
City.
if you come from Jenkins,
Elkhorn
you're
City.
going right.
Why would I come from Jenkins?
I'm just helping you not turn
Oh,
left.
he has to go left at the junction.
Yeah, you're right. There's got to be some kind of way around.
No left turns.
Can't do
Oh,
it.
go through Dean.
Well, I have to turn left at some
Go through
point.
Dean, get to Pikeville. Go through Floyd County, Prestonsburg. You go right the whole way, get to Pikeville.
Have you ever had Chirco's?
Is that the Mexican restaurant?
He's not
in
going to
Pikeville?
Pikeville. You can't turn
Well,
left.
no,
I'm trying to
I've
convince
had
him to go to
it. Or no,
Pikeville.
is that the
It's the
Mexi-
Italian place
in the
across
Hat-
from the movie
You
theater.
had it when you were in high school.
Well, no, I've had it since then, but it's the Hatfield McCoy. It's related
Yes.
to Hatfield McCoy.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you somehow,
It's so
it's pretty good. I just drank a shit ton of wine at lunch one day when I was working for a newspaper. I was going around doing sales, and
Is that your throat?
Yeah, dude.
Like, that's
Are you
what
okay?
is that?
Awful. Oh man, this fucking I don't know, this head
talking about
cold.
food.
Your throat sounds
No,
like
this
the
head
fucking
cold.
creatures in the Descent. That's like making like the guttural
Yeah,
sounds.
it's awful.
Is this going to turn into a Halloween episode? Like, are we going to have to excise you or exercise you? Or whatever?
Exercise you.
Excise? Is that what you do? to
We
like
could
that
exercise, I guess. It's
thing? I
pretty
don't
late.
wanna exercise. I'm lazy.
It's pretty late. to
I don't know,
exercise.
you go a quarter of a mile up the road and get that done.
Jesus.
Push the demons out, man.
That's too much.
We're
That's
going-
twice.
we're going- yeah, it's twice.
Yeah.
We're going to become public enemy number one.
I don't think so. It's him. How's the farming going?
Mike's
though?
interested. Have you heard the story?
I have no.
Oh, I don't think we can tell this story.
Can we not tell the story?
We'll
I
tell it
don't.
offline.
I don't think we
Offline.
can tell this
Offline. All
story.
right,
Yeah,
let
I
me
think
take
it'll be
note of it.
offline.
Yeah.
Because
The
we got some
exorcism.
people in the community that get a
The-
little bit fucking butt hurt. Little
Mac
bitch.
Tom.
I love it when people don't like me, but it's,
There's
I
an
like it more
exorcism
when
from Mac
people just
Roberts
tell you
recently.
What really
Yeah.
Yeah. Like literally a mile from here.
was Zach Bagans there?
No, I don't know. What are you saying?
The guy from Ghost Adventures.
Oh,
No. No.
his name's Zach Biggins.
Bagans.
Oh, not like Biggins.
No, Bagans.
Well,
I about said something.
I like him a lot. He's just a douchebag. He wears a lot of rings and affliction stuff.
I trust those people with my life.
That's exactly who hunts
If you wear
ghosts.
lots of rings and affliction
Like,
shirts,
if you're gonna get
Babysit
into ghost
my
hunting,
children.
or that's how you do it. You get
babysit my children, please.
it. Yeah, I trust you. Get them in the Nickelback.
Oh my God.
Yo, Nickelback's underrated.
Eh,
Whatever.
they're
Listen,
very successful.
they are very successful. So now I'm just really hungry. So I apologize. I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here. But if If you're ever in Asheville, North Carolina, there's this place. It's called Vinny's. Like the sign doesn't work outside. Like if you come up on it at night, you're like, this place is a drug den.
Just the mobsters.
Sketchy as shit. They have a spaghetti and meatballs on the menu that is literally called the Sunday gravy.
Oh.
It's about as fucking old school Italian as it gets. It's the best fucking food I've ever had in my life. Like wine in it, like Italian sausage, meatballs, everything in this Sunday gravy. Like basically how Clemenza makes it on The Godfather.
Beautiful.
Enjoy your sin meat.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
I will enjoy my sin meat.
It's delicious. It is.
It's delicious.
Why
If it
is
was
it a
really
sin?
bad, it wouldn't be hard not to eat it.
I agree. It's a challenge, man. It's good. It's nice to test yourself.
You can go a mile up here and get that exercise out of you too.
It's rough. You're on one tonight. You just try to get everybody in trouble tonight.
Yeah.
So, still have your hillside farm. We had Eric on last week who talked about his.
He and I do a lot of the farm stuff together. Yeah, it's going fine. I mean, we got a lot of ducks to kill and not a lot of time.
Shout out PETA.
Yeah. Well, we're going to eat them.
Is that what PETA's okay with?
I don't think they're okay with it.
I don't think they're okay with you eating them.
David just across the room just shakes his head no.
I don't think they would like my house in general.
Feels like they should let you eat them.
Especially after you tell us to go for coyote deterrence. Yeah, they're probably not a big fan of your residents.
I'm probably going to be on their bad list. Just guessing. I mean, we do it. It's neat to be able to provide your own protein.
Yeah.
You know, it's neat that we can, if I want a chicken soup, I can kill a chicken and make soup.
I dig that. That's what we kind of talked about with Eric too, is like, I dig that like,
The whole homesteading approach.
yeah, I've been able to, of course I know you're not like on that level of being able to homestead, but you can do things like that.
Yeah.
That are,
I mean, we push ourselves in a lot of ways. Like we've got our own water reserves and stuff. So like during the flood, we weren't without water. That was nice.
yeah.
We harvest rainwater. I mean, we do a little bit of stuff, but we're not trying to go hardcore because we live in the 21st century.
Yeah.
We live in Mac Roberts.
I've got,
It's hard to get away with a lot of it.
well, no, I don't give a fuck. What are they going to do? Tell me
No,
not
I don't
to.
mean that. I'm just saying Mac Roberts.
I just go up on the hill and take whatever I want. It's nice, but
I like your setup there, though.
it's
I
not
like the
bad. You know,
way the farm's behind it.
it's all local. It's all close and enough. You know, my goats do their thing.
How does the neighbors feel about it? Was there problems at first, but now they're just like, yeah, fuck it.
I've never asked.
Nothing's ever
Who
been
gives a
said.
fuck, right?
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
own it. You could see. I'm lucky to have pretty cool neighbors. So I never asked because they've let me know how cool they think it is to wake up to roosters crowing. It's pretty neat. You live in the country, you get a country experience. You know, we got horses up on the hill neighing, roosters crowing,
I didn't know
ducks
you had
quacking.
horses.
Well, it's the neighbors have the horses there.
Yeah.
The goats out running around. We've got a cool country
I
life
know who you're talking about now.
with suburban convenience.
I like the sound of a rooster in the morning.
I love
it's like
it, man.
weird, but like I like
They
it.
wake us up. They literally. I sleep with the laundry room window open so I can hear
Yeah.
if like predators are coming. And every morning they wake us up. You know, they start crowing about an hour before sunrise. And
Like your neighbor you just talked about with the horses and stuff like that. And it took me a second to realize exactly what you were saying, but like who you were speaking to. But they're like a fucking national treasure, man.
oh, absolutely.
Because I mean, for people that don't live around here, one of the coolest things growing up is on Halloween going looking for the Headless Horseman. He had a full blown Headless Horseman costume, the full get up, and would literally go out on this fucking horse and ride up and down through the neyborhood.
And he's
Yeah,
really
super
cool
cool.
about exposing my kids to the horse and letting them interact
That's
with
awesome.
the horse and stuff. You know,
That's so awesome.
neat.
But
You know,
like-
we all that because they're horse people, and we've got the little.
There's a
farm
layer
there.
of respect
We've
there.
got an overlapping thing that we all get along very well with. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
It would be hard to have neighbors that hated roosters.
That's the reason why I was kind of asking, like, if you kind of fell into a good area,
I did. I got very lucky. With the neighbors. Yeah.
considering, it's Mac Roberts.
It could be, the
be the other
stretch
way around.
I live on is nice because I got one of my closest friends in the world that was just a couple of houses down from me. And then between him and I are very good, horse people.
Well,
Up for me are very.
you live close to everybody too, so it's like,
Is the person he's speaking of a former guest of the show?
yes, yeah.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nathaniel's been on before.
Okay, yeah. It's nice to have him right there. My
For
kids
sure.
can walk back. Our kids are close enough in age. It's neat. My kids are getting a similar.
Nathaniel's one in a million, man.
He really is.
He's good people. That whole clan.
Yeah, I agree.
I've
my
grown up
second
with that whole family. They're phenomenal, man.
Nathaniel's grandmother took me for my driving test.
Really?
Yeah. We, they basically were my second family growing up. They're wonderful, wonderful people. My kids call her Ding Ding, Nathaniel's mom.
Listen,
That's their Ding Ding.
Karen's my spirit animal.
Yeah, she is.
I don't even care to say her name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Karen is my spirit
Have
animal.
her
She
own.
is magic.
She's something else for sure.
The Wilders and I, we do and their extended group. We do what we call shenanigans parties. We costume parties.
I've heard about those.
Every couple of months we have a costume party, and if you win the prize, you get to pick the next theme. And Nathaniel won, and he wouldn't pick, and finally. He was just going through his house and found a old 90s looking, I think this was how it went. I'm not 100% sure, but old life jacket was like Alan Jackson. And so we did 90s country.
I like it.
Way down.
Oh, no. I picked that theme and he stumbled on that. His theme pick is Goodwill Prom. We're doing Goodwill Prom next.
Oh yeah, you told me about Goodwill Prom too.
It's going to be fun. You guys should come and Goodwill Prom with us.
Yeah, we talked about it.
You should.
I'd like to do that. I don't know.
We do board games. We do murder mysteries. They're
I would
very
love to
good
do that
parties.
more from a community approach, like literally right across the road.
Yeah, that'd
for
be
me is
great.
like the community center, like
Yeah.
to build something out like that. That'd be cool.
I think it
Yeah, they don't do
is-
enough there.
No, it's not used for
I
anything.
guess no communities do though. So
No. I think when my kids are growing up or like hitting the college age, they're going to respect how cool it is.
Oh yeah,
That the kids come to these parties too, and they either leave early or go to bed, and we get to adult. But my kids are going to grow up having costume parties. It's pretty.
yeah, I mean they love it. Your kids are weird.
Yeah, they are weird.
They're
as can
weird.
be.
They're weird in a good way. Like
Yeah. Oh, Emma is a
Yeah.
dream child, but she's weird as can be.
It's awesome though.
Yeah, my kid, they had no chance.
No, they were going to be weird.
They were
Yeah,
going to be weird. Growing up in the Army and then me as their dad, it was
bro,
rough.
you were weird before you went. Into
Oh,
the
I know.
Yeah.
I know it was.
they were going to be weird if you
Army
did.
just made me like cocky and weird.
Yeah, if you didn't go to the army, your kids were still going to be weird.
Yeah, they were weird. No, that's the me part. Growing up in the Army and then being raised by me.
I don't know if old you would ended up having family and kids though, like wife.
Old
and
me
kids.
was not on that track.
No,
No.
it's not.
No, old
Especially
me
not like
was
an attractive, successful wife.
Oh no, good Lord, no! I'm batted out of my league with it. Like old me was on track to live in a
we all
van
are.
and go on a ska
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah,
Oh
so-
yeah, every one of us have done way better than we deserve.
Yeah, none of us
Way
are like,
better.
None of us are like dashingly beautiful.
Oh no,
I'm pretty handsome.
Well,
I've seen me.
I mean, I'd hit it, but
Oh well, who wouldn't?
Right.
It's because I'm fun.
it is. It's all about the
You,
personality.
you think I'm a giver, and I think that my personality lets you know that I would make sure you get what you need.
Oh no, it's just because you kill people.
Oh yeah, that does help too. It's pretty
Yeah,
sexy.
yeah, that's a turn on.
I think it's a pretty good transition into closure.
Great show, everybody. Good job. Mike is exactly as expected.
As always.
I hope you had fun.
Oh, always.
Had a great time. The pre-show was good. Had a good pre-show. During show,
Probably post show.
yeah. Surely be
It's definitely coming.
I look forward to the next
post-show
time.
situation. I'm gonna edit the podcast, and everybody else is gonna celebrate.
Something like that. Speaking of celebrations, this is an ill-informed celebration. So, we always go through like the closure and like, wrap up everything and kind of go through the spiel. Unfortunately, sadly, this week we have progressed into creating a Facebook page.
I was wondering if he's gonna bring it up.
We gave up.
You guys are boomers.
We're there. We
Well-
now have a Facebook page.
So Facebook Reels are the reason, kind of why it's
yeah,
like Facebook
yeah.
Reels
That
are like
shit's gold.
yeah. So it's like well, kind of just need to put a
That's where I
Facebook on
find
it.
all my favorite stand-up
And
comedians.
Instagram made it easy. You just link it
you just
over to.
link it.
So shout out Instagram. Find us on Instagram and
And the Facebooks.
Oh, Rosh Hashanah was Friday, so I want to say Happy New Year to all of the Hebrew
Very nice.
me's involved in this podcast.
The Hebrew me's.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably not a lot
Mike.
of.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah,
I feel like maybe that's not our demographic.
I
I think.
feel like probably not, but Happy New Year if you're Jewish and listening. And if you're not Jewish, it's New Year.
It's
You
still
don't get a
Happy New
fucking
Year.
vote.
Happy New Year.
Oh, God. I don't even know where we're going from here.
Just shout out to all the Patreons and everything. Had a cool interview with Willie stopped by, and hopefully that's going to be on a future episode.
Absolutely.
He stopped by for a little while. He was in town. And,
We've definitely got some fan mail and things like that coming through too that we
Yeah.
want to attack here in the next couple of episodes. Anybody that's got bad stories, horror stories, good stories, we don't like those as much. But anything that you got that's just
Bring your dark shit.
shit-tastic, catastrophe, please let us know. Definitely would love to read out for you. You can definitely censor that. We don't have to obviously have your name. We can use anything.
Speak your piece.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. Obviously, still with the TikTok, Instagram, everything else that we have at Unpaid Lunch. With the Facebook, that coming in. I keep saying the Facebook like I'm my grandmother going to the Walmart.
At least you're not saying the Facebooks.
I did say it just a
I
moment
say the
ago.
Facebooks all
It's
the
on there
time,
about 10 seconds ago. If you listen back, I did say the Facebook.
He did
Oh,
say the
damn.
Facebooks, yeah.
But we're definitely going to invest more and stuff into the reels. But here coming forward, I know it's something we've kind of talked about over the last 2 episodes, but we're definitely wanting to get more into a live video approach coming up over the next probably weeks, months. That way we can start having more things like that on reels instead of just clips and cuts. So we're working on the process of getting that set up. So stay tuned for that.
Mike, you got anything? You want to say anything?
I'm glad you went on the boring shit.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good to go out on the plugs.
I hate you. I don't. I love you. I don't know.
I think that really hit on a high point, though.
Yeah.
Talking about the Facebooks.
The Facebooks. At the Walmarts right down the road from the big lots.
All right, y'all. Remember that nobody stopped you from quitting your job, but you. You hit that awful loud.
I did hit that awful loud. Didn't mean to.